Hello everybody. So quick recap what narcissistic personality style is. The core inner self is basically built upon complex post-traumatic stress disorder, shame, restricted emotions. They had to pretend to be something what they are not, and also they learn to lie because of this, but they also are often encouraged to lie either by one or both parents if there is problems within the substance uses like alcohol or drugs or something like that. Of course, they probably will say do not tell rest of the family or grandparents or these cousins or so forth. Or there may be even a criminal background where the child is actually aware of the crimes of their parent or parents, and it might be something serious. And of course, these are something that you are not allowed to talk. Of course, there might be even violence inside the family either. Uh, the most common probably will be that the husband is violent towards the wife, or then there is a violence towards the child. So of course these are always, a parent would say you do not talk about these out loud. There may be even serious crimes if there is multiple family members involved, that they talk openly inside the family, and then the words would be, if that snitch talks about we will kill them or something like this. Of course, that is the message to the child too. So there are, some of the family systems might be really, really tricky. So they learn to lie or pretend to be something what they're not. Some of these systems can be extremely complicated and not suitable really for any age of child, really, when you start to think. So the core, there is all sort of problems and which kind of start to distort and restrict the normal growth of various different aspects of the person. So one of being that kidney freezing, and of course the Western medicine point of view will be the trauma changing the DNA, the unfolding of the DNA, which basically kidneying is. And in their cases, it is emotional and therefore psychological and therefore affecting all other aspects within their lives. So the outer cell, what you see, what grows from this, not always. I mean, these sort of foundational models may be with other people who do not grow into narcissism. So there is way more in place, like within who kind of evolves to this direction. But the cell, the outer cell, the grandiose defense mechanisms, what we see, it is entitled, grandiose, superficial. They are known of their pride and especially the arrogance. This is not really actually in correct order in relationship what energetically happens, but this is the order here on the whiteboard. And they have the chronic need for admiration, validation, attention, praises. They need that false love to nourish their heart. It is the model they learned. Lack of empathy, and if there is empathy, it is transactional. There is a function for them why they pretend to be caring or loving or whatever empathetic behavior models are needed for them to get what they are after. So transactional empathy. And of course, there cannot be compassion if there ain't empathy either, because it is born, it is empathy in action, compassion. They have a poor frustration tolerance, so the liver is in that hypervigilant mode and all the time like radaring, like possible threats for their false self, or if that touches the weak core. So of course, irritation, frustration, anger rates, like it is ready to explode whatever direction is needed. They are very well known of jealousy and envy, and they really are obsessed in various different ways. But obsessed power over others is the kind of a key, the main thing what we see. Very, very dominating, very, very manipulative, very, very lying, cunning, and deceiving. And of course, if they are used to get like to have that manipulation, domination over somebody, like the power over somebody, they have used to this. And when you start to take your rights back, you set boundaries and stuff, then we start to get something very, very different in place, and they will try to do everything to force their power over you, especially if you are kind of an unmasking, or kind of they feel you are a threat to them, or their image they have been protecting to the other people and so forth. So they will turn to something very different. But that revenge vindictiveness is kind of always there. That's what we actually see in very, very small things to very, very large things. So in short, this is the narcissistic core, based on fear and insecurity, and everything is kind of distorted because of the complexity of the energetic, what happens because of this, and because they have to kind of build false self from the childhood, so they can survive both like in that environment and psychologically. And of course it is not healthy, it doesn't grow in healthy direction, but it is a safety mechanism in place with them. So thank you very much.